Breaking news, Washington is officially in crisis mode tonight. Tension between President Donald Trump and Congress has reached an unexpected boiling point after new discussions around a potential stimulus check plan resurfaced behind closed doors. While nothing has been approved yet, sources confirm that preliminary proposals are being reviewed, sparking nationwide reactions, especially from retirees, low-income Americans, and families still struggling with rising prices. So stay with us, because in the next few minutes, we are breaking down what triggered this showdown, what this new proposal actually includes, who might qualify, and what happens next, including the realistic timeline you need to know. Let's begin with how this clash truly started. For several weeks, economic pressure in the United States has been quietly intensifying, creating the perfect conditions for political friction. Yes, inflation has technically been cooling, but the real-world cost of living, including groceries, utilities, and essential medications, has remained stubbornly high, leaving millions of Americans feeling no relief. At the same time, federal benefits like Social Security, SSI, and SSDI have not increased fast enough to match rising expenses, especially for people living on fixed incomes. Add to this the continued financial recovery from medical bills, rent hikes, and mounting household debt, and you have a population still struggling to stay afloat. This slow-building economic strain set the stage for what would soon erupt into a national confrontation. The spark came when President Donald Trump publicly stated that Americans deserve immediate financial relief, urging Congress to reconsider support programs, including the idea of a new stimulus-style payment. To be clear, nothing has been confirmed or approved, but the mere discussion was enough to ignite nationwide attention. Congress responded with extreme caution, raising concerns about budget limitations, long-term national debt impact, and the requirement for bipartisan agreement before any financial policy could move forward. Lawmakers emphasized that even exploring such proposals would require extensive review and negotiation. And just like that, what began as economic frustration quickly escalated into a high-stakes political showdown, drawing both public interest and political tension across the country. What the new plan might include. Early discussions suggest that the new plan could focus on targeted financial support rather than broad nationwide measures, though nothing is finalized yet. Proposed elements reportedly include direct relief payments aimed at groups most in need, such as seniors living on fixed incomes, low-earning workers, and families whose earnings fall below certain federal thresholds. In addition to direct payments, there could be expansions of existing tax credits, offering support through mechanisms like increased child tax benefits, enhanced refunds for 2026 tax filings, and additional earned income support. The overall approach appears designed to provide strategic, need-based relief rather than blanket distributions, concentrating assistance where it would have the greatest impact. Temporary economic assistance programs are being considered to help ease financial burdens for households facing rising costs. These programs could include utility support to help cover electricity, gas, and water bills, rent stabilization funding to prevent sudden spikes in housing costs and assist tenants in maintaining their homes, and medical cost subsidies to reduce the out-of-pocket expenses for healthcare services and prescriptions. It's important to note that these measures are currently proposals under review, meaning nothing has been officially approved yet, and no payment dates or schedules have been set. So recipients should stay informed, but not expect immediate financial relief. This is analysis, not confirmation. If Congress eventually reaches an agreement on this proposed relief plan, the groups most likely to be considered would be those facing the greatest financial pressure in the current economy. This includes seniors who rely on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA benefits, households living on fixed monthly income with little flexibility to handle rising costs in groceries, rent, and medical expenses. Another group that may be prioritized is low to moderate income families, particularly those earning below federal income thresholds who continue to struggle despite stable employment due to increased childcare, housing, and utility expenses. Or inconsistent earnings may also fall into the discussion, since they often do not qualify for full unemployment assistance but still face significant income gaps. However, it is crucial for the public to understand that at this stage, nothing is guaranteed, and any potential relief remains purely hypothetical until formal approval is granted. Eligibility for such a program, if it were to move forward, would likely be determined by several strict and specific criteria, including meeting defined income limits to ensure aid reaches those most in need, filing taxes under the correct status to verify household earnings, and maintaining valid U.S. residency to confirm legal eligibility. Perhaps most importantly, full congressional approval would be required before any payments could be legally issued, meaning that discussions or preliminary proposals alone do not entitle anyone to receive funds. At present, there are no sign-ups, enrollment, portals, applications, or confirmed payment processes, and any information suggesting otherwise should be treated with extreme caution. The public is strongly advised to avoid unofficial sources, social media rumors, or websites claiming early access, as acting on false information could lead to scams or financial loss. All legitimate updates and instructions regarding eligibility, application procedures, and disbursement timelines will only come directly from verified federal agencies such as the IRS, SSA, or other government departments, and will only be released if and when the proposal becomes officially approved. Here's what viewers need to understand about timing and the process behind any potential new payments. Before anything reaches the public, Congress must navigate a structured legislative pathway consisting of 4 key stages. First, a proposal must be formally submitted, outlining the amount, eligibility criteria, and purpose of the payment. Next, the proposal goes through committee review, where lawmakers analyze, debate, and sometimes amend the plan to ensure it meets legal and budgetary standards. After passing committee scrutiny, the proposal proceeds to a full vote in both the House and Senate, requiring majority approval. Finally, even if it clears the vote, the plan must receive final approval and secure funding before any distribution can begin. Each of these steps takes time, and even accelerated processes cannot bypass these legislative requirements. Analysts caution that, even under the fastest possible scenario, there will be no payments in 2025. The earliest discussions that could influence actual disbursements would not occur until mid-2026, and that only happens if Congress successfully reaches an agreement. It is important for the public to be wary of misinformation. Any claims promising instant payments, links to applications, or guaranteed dates are false and misleading. Understanding this timeline helps set realistic expectations and prevents confusion or panic among potential beneficiaries. Patience is necessary as these processes are deliberate to ensure legality, transparency, and accountability in the use of public funds. The reaction to the proposed stimulus has been explosive, drawing strong opinions from both supporters and critics alike. Supporters argue passionately that Americans are still grappling with high prices on everyday essentials, and immediate financial relief is crucial to help families cope. They emphasize that many households, particularly seniors and low-income families, are struggling to make ends meet, and any delay in aid could exacerbate financial stress. Social media has amplified these voices, with thousands sharing personal stories of rising grocery bills, healthcare costs, and utility expenses, underscoring the urgent need for assistance. On the other hand, opponents of the proposal caution that increasing government spending without careful planning could worsen the nation's long-term debt, potentially affecting the economy in the years to come. Questions have also arisen from millions of seniors concerned about whether this stimulus might impact the Social Security cost of living adjustment, COLA. Financial authorities and experts have clarified that these stimulus proposals do not alter COLA calculations. They strongly advise the public not to make financial decisions based on unapproved proposals, but instead to wait for official announcements and rely solely on trusted government sources such as the Social Security Administration, SSA, Internal Revenue Service, IRS, and other federal websites for accurate information. We are witnessing one of the most intense political standoffs of the year. But here's the truth you need to know right now.